Hello, fellas and ladies. It is time to predict those dastardly nominations at the cat. Uh, I'm gonna predict the Oscar nominations again. A lot of change. Globe nominations are out. Critics' Choice nominations are out. Shortlists are out. Critic groups starting to chime in. So I got a lot more to work with. I'll start with picture. I once again have Everything Everywhere All at Once at number one. I don't think it's gonna be right now. It looks like it's looking like the bit of the front runner a little bit. People have caught on to this. I don't think it's gonna stay that way because if it does, that's a little worrying. I do have Banshees of Sharon number two, and I don't know. It just kind of dawned on me after those Globe nominations. Like, you know, we all knew that the Fablemans was gonna do better with the industry, and obviously that is what's happening. It's doing very well. Like the Critics' Choice, HCA, Golden Globes, it did very, very well. However, it's telling that the two that are currently sweeping the critic groups, aka Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Banshees of Sharon, that's translating. Like we knew they were going to translate, but it's the fact that they're exceeding the Fablemans even in the industry is super telling. So I do think we're going to be in a position where Everything Ever All at Once and The Banshees of Sharon are going to be our two frontrunners going into the Oscars night. Number four, I have Top Gun Maverick. It's struggling above the line, but I also think Top Gun Maverick is just such a sensation that I don't think it matters. And then Tar is doing very well with the critics as well. This is a little weak below the line, but it's going to get actress, it's going to get screenplay, it's likely to get director. I think that, Tar is in a position where I don't see it moving anytime soon. Six, Avatar: The Way of Water. I have seen it. I'm not going to review. If you want to see my thoughts, it's on OscarCentral.com. I'll put the fucking link below. A lot of what we thought was going to happen is happening. People are praising the shit out of the visuals, but, not a lot of people are loving the script. Expected. Nothing surprising about this. But I think, my biggest concern is this just another Avatar movie? And I don't think that is the case. So I do think Avatar is going to get in. Plus, it hasn't missed a beat so far. So, Number seven, it pains me to say this, but I have Elvis at number seven. It's doing very well. Academy's eating it up. Hey, listen. If I'm gonna do this, I gotta admit when I'm wrong. This is one of those moments. The fact that I have women talking below it makes me want to fucking do backflips off the Empire State Building. I hate this so much. But yeah, number eight, I have Women Talking. I think it's still getting in because it's still winning screenplay. It's looking so bleak right now, right? It did pretty terribly at the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, and missed a lot of key stuff. Like acting, like it's just not getting actors nominated. I don't know why. Okay, I know why, but I still think it's like gonna happen though. Like if this was a sliding scale where it's like not guaranteed 10, I'd be shaking right now, but nonetheless. And then number nine, I have Babylon, which is also doing exceptionally well, but at the time of filming, it's at a 59, I think, percent on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I didn't love the movie, but Christ, that is way too low. But I think the top nine that I have, I don't really expect them to go anywhere. If anyone were to, I think it would be Babylon or Women Talking. But like, both are doing exceptionally well for themselves. Like, not amazingly. Like Babylon kind of shit the bed at HCA, Women Talking shit the bed at the Golden Globes. Giselle isn't looking likely to get any nominations. Like, there's a lot of factors going into both, but I think both are in a good position. Where it gets confusing is number 10. I am gonna stick with She Said for now. I don't know. I'm not really feeling good about any of my other options. She Said's still gonna get screenplay. It might get supporting actress. It could have enough. It's the one that makes the most sense in my mind right now. Number 11, I do have The Whale. Now you're probably going like, no, The Whale is dead because reviews are mixed. I'm like, bitch. Remember what I just said about Babylon, bitch? Yeah, The Whale is looking bleak right now. The fact that Brendan Fraser isn't guaranteed to win is not my favorite sentence to say. But also, we're talking about a movie that's definitely getting actor, that's definitely getting makeup, has yet to miss a screenplay nomination. Seriously, like look into these critic groups. The ones that do nominations, The Whale's always in screenplay. So it's very likely to get screenplay. So why is it dead exactly? And at the time of shooting, it's not out yet. And so maybe it's doing well at the box office, which I expect it to do, not like gangbusters, but like numbers. So yeah, no, I don't think it's dead, but like Hong Chao has been missing a lot. So that's not Great. Number 12, I got Triangle of Sadness. It just got the Golden Globe nomination, Best Picture. That's a fantastic showing for it. I want to see it get something else before I jump into it, though. That's it. That's all. Like, I want to see it get something else before I decide to put it in. Glass Onion is doing pretty well for itself. It missed AFI, which isn't the best sign because Knives Out got in, but like, you know, it got the Golden Globes. It got Critics' Choice, which the first one did not get. What I'm not loving is that Monet missed the Golden Globes, which was supposed to be a gimme, and I don't really think that Glass Onion is getting pictured, but Monet misses. That doesn't sit well with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and say for now that Glass Onion still misses. A lot of my problems haven't left. I still think this is just a fun, entertaining movie. And again, I love the film. My review is up on the channel, and I love the fucking movie. But it's just kind of like the Oscars want a little bit more than just a fun movie to nominate for Best Picture. You know what I mean? I don't think that Glass Onion is going to cut it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is big enough. It's coming out on Netflix tomorrow when I'm filming this. So and maybe it becomes this huge thing. I don't know. We'll see. Number 14 is a bit of the elephant in the room. That's RRR. Man, I don't know. If India just submitted the fucking movie, then maybe. It kind of falls into a lot of the same issues I have with Glass Onion, which is like it's just a movie. I love RRR. It's just, you know, it's entertainment. So it's what it is. It's, you know what I mean? And the Oscars look for a little bit more. RR is a big movie. It's a big hit. It's a big deal. Like, I get that. I get the evidence. There's evidence that I have to take it seriously. I have no choice but to take it seriously. And that NBR get is actually pretty big. Parasite didn't even get NBR top 10. It's just something about the package it has right now isn't good. People are going to like kind of throw in, oh, maybe production design, maybe I don't know, man. The fact that it wasn't like the VFX were not very good in RR, but the fact that it wasn't shortlisted for VFX yet Jurassic World was, like, RR only got song for the shortlist. And, you know, shortlists aren't the most telling thing. Like, they aren't life or death, but RR is an example where it kind of needs to show up because it needs a package. And I don't know what it is about the package of song, director, and picture. It's not the number. I don't care that it's 3. Coda, 1 picture with 3. I don't care about the number. It's the package itself. Picture, director, and song. It doesn't sit well with me. I don't know why. I can't explain why. I'm taking it seriously. I am. I don't know. It's not sitting well. Number 15 is The Woman King. And that also kind of face planted at the fucking shortlists. It's been rising recently. It got AFI, got NBR, Viola Davis is showing up. It's just the fact that it only got score is not good. It could have gone sound, it could have gone makeup, it could have gone song. There was a song in it, right? Okay, I mean, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say not song. But still, the fact that it didn't get sound and makeup, like, I don't know. I feel like it needs it's kind of the same thing. What's the Woman King's package? Maybe it's a little bit better than fucking RRs, but is it actually going to get everything it needs? Number 16, I got Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which had a tremendous showing at shortlist. Got in everything, every single thing it was eligible for, it got in. Basically, which in Black Panther's case, everything except for the shorts and the documentary international. Black Panther is a very weird situation because it's like, okay, we all know it's gonna get text and probably a decent amount too. We know supporting actors is heavily in play. So why are we still questioning this movie? I think part of it is like, what, we're going to get 3 action sequels in picture? Are we? Also, you know, Wakanda Forever is just not the hit, the huge phenomenon, or the, you know, it's critically acclaimed, but like not the critical acclaimed film that the first Black Panther was. So, you know, I'm not, you know, the stuff is there. It's just, you know, I don't know if the pieces are going to come together for this one. 17, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Not loving it. Sucks. It's not doing very well. Like, it's getting the nominations it needs, but like it's still just not showing. So I'm losing faith in it. Number 18, I was All Quiet on the Western Front. You know, I lost faith in it, but my God, is it showing up again? All Quiet on the Western Front is another film that absolutely dominated the shortlists. Got everything it could have gotten. Literally, like anything it was eligible for, it got it. And I think it was 5-1. Got in score, makeup, sound, VFX. That did not need to happen. I think it was just 4. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. You get my point. That's telling. It's just, I wish Netflix did anything with it. Did fucking anything with this fucking movie. If Netflix did anything with it, it would be my 10 still. Hands down. But nope. Netflix just, you know, Glass Onion. I love Glass Onion, but like, All Quiet on the Western Front's such a better bet. I don't get them. 19 Decision to Leave, that's not looking very likely anymore. I was optimistic for a little bit, but like things aren't really going as planned for that film. All right, let's move on to Best Director. I moved the Daniels to number 1 and Spielberg to number 2. I try not to let the critics groups, influence me too much because they are two different things. We saw Kristen Stewart last year and Jessica Chastain winning. Obviously, there's differentiation. But I can't help but notice that as Everything Ever All Once is rising in the ranks, that Daniels is sweeping directing in the critic groups, and Spielberg has won one. Like I said, Fablemans was always going to do better with the industry, but again, it's translating. Like the fact the critic leaders are translating to the industry. And I'll be honest, Spielberg just steamrolling director always felt wrong to me. Like, I don't know, something about that direction just never screamed director win to me. And what, he's the lock to win? And I also never bought the narrative that, like, oh, Spielberg's childhood, he has to win. That never added up to me. Like, why would the fact that he had a childhood and he put a camera to it, why would that equal director win? If anything, that argument makes more sense for him to win screenplay, but we all collectively agreed that it's Banshees versus Everything Ever All Once there. And then you got the Daniels, which have this flashy, like singular, I know it's two people, but you get what I mean, singular vision towards the direction. It's making more sense to me. The more I think about it, the more I realize, oh, wait, it's not Spielberg. It's Daniel Kwan and Daniel Shiners. Number 3, I got Martin McDonagh with The Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah, I think that's just going to happen. I think he's going to lockstep. Maybe he misses BAFTA, who knows? But, I think he's just going to get in everything. I know you're going to be like, oh, 3 billboards. And, fair enough. But at the same time, this movie is more loved than 3 billboards, which is saying a lot considering how much they love that movie. And, what? Is Martin McDonagh just never going to get a director nomination? I don't think he missed director because the directing branch hates Martin McDonagh. Number 4 is where I got James Cameron, and I think that's just going to happen. Can I see a world where he misses? Yeah, a little, but I think he's going to get DGA. And at that point, he's probably going to get in. It's a technical achievement of the year. I know people are going to throw out names like Denis Villeneuve, but this is James Cameron we're talking about here. Number 5 is where it gets a little sticky, and I'm going to go with Todd Field because I think he's going to get DGA or BAFTA. At the very least, BAFTA. I think they're going to go for Todd Field. I told myself to not go with what I think BAFTA's going to do because you can never tell what those fuckers are going to do. So, okay, I'm going to take back what I just said. But anyway, I still think Todd Field, the artistry is there. I know he missed the Golden Globe. That's makes a little bit of sense. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Todd Field. But, it's not impossible that he misses. He could be less PTA, more Noah Baumbach. Number 6 is where I got Sarah Polley. Man, I think with the way that movie is performing, she needs DGA to live. She needs it. Other than if she misses that, it's time to wrap it up for her. Woman Talking is just underperforming. It's just the way it is. And number 7 has Baz Luhrmann for Elvis. He's doing really well. That movie also has a lot of flair and directing in it. So maybe. 8 is where I got SS Rajamouli for RRR. He could be the lone director nomination, like the international thing. That could definitely happen. I definitely buy that. It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of directing going on in that movie too. I don't know. I feel like in a lineup of guaranteed 10, I don't know, lone directing noms just feel less likely to me. Not impossible, but less likely. 9 is where I got Damien Chazelle. It's a lot of directing in Babylon, but I think Babylon's sinking. I feel like Chazelle's an easy thing to not get in a way. And then 10, I got Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. I think that short list showing gave me hope, but I'm not going to predict it. I'm still best actor. I still got Brendan Fraser number 1, and why I'm going to give up now? Fuck you. I still think I always said he could win without picture. Why would I'm aware that Austin Butler is creeping. I acknowledge that, but I still think Brendan Fraser, he has this, people come on going oh, is the narrative strong enough? Even if you don't think so, he still has the performance to back it up. But either way, I digress. Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Bill Nighy. I think we all got that top 4, right? I think those 4 aren't going nowhere. And then number 5 is where it gets sticky. I'm just going to say something I want to happen and go with Ralph Fiennes for The Menu. I don't think it's absurd. I don't think it's crazy prediction. The movie's making money. He's really good in it. Everyone's going, no, there can't be. There cannot be a lineup of first-time nominees. Well, there you go, Ralph Fiennes. I mean, in theory, he makes a little bit more sense than Tom Cruise and Hugh Jackman. So I'm aware it's a little wishful thinking, but I don't think it's a bonkers idea. Number 6 is where I got Diego Cava for Babylon. I think with the movie sinking, there's going to be some collateral damage. A no name could be one of those, but I could still definitely see him getting in. He could definitely get a SAG nom and just cruise from there. Speaking of cruise, number 7, Tom Cruise. I think that Globe snub, a lot of people blame the Globe snub on him giving his Globes back. And like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that's 100% not it, but I feel like it was more so like, hey, look, that performance is just not the kind of performance that gets nominated. I was fooled. You were fooled. Like we all fell for it. And so, yeah, I'm going to go back to saying Tom Cruise doesn't get in. Number 8 is where I got Hugh Jackman for The Son. I want to say he's dead so badly. And I don't think he's going to get like SAG. I think he might miss BAFTA. The movie's a nothing is a terrible piece of horse shit that should never have existed. And Florian Zeller should get punched in the goddamn noggin. And Hugh Jackman's terrible. I'm aware that I'm on the outs on that, but he's so bad. I digress. The movie's just sinking to a degree. Not even sinking. The movie's sunk. It's just gone. It's poof, disappeared. And he's the only thing that's still not vanished. And to me, that's like, well, I don't know. Why would he get in? And then number 9, I have Paul Mescal for actress. What am I doing? That performance in that movie just never screamed Oscars to me, and I really shouldn't be fanning that flame. Number 10 is where I get Adam Driver for White Noise. He's great though. Actress. I think Michelle Yeoh is going to win. It just, this wave of support for Michelle Yeoh is deafening. I think that this is I think Michelle Yeoh, she's gonna have. I don't think she's a lock to win, but it just feels right that she's gonna win. Number 2, Cate Blanchett for Tar. I feel like I know Frances McDormand, but like I feel like to win for a third time, it's got to be like something like really special, like Nomadland, which won picture. And I don't think that's gonna happen with Tar, but I'm absolutely not ruling out Cate Blanchett. I don't know. I feel like winning her third for this. It's Cate Blanchett. She could. Okay. Terrible argument. All right, I'll retract that. But nonetheless, I feel like Michelle Yeoh has an advantage a little bit. I feel like there's more incentive to give Yeoh her first than to give Blanchett her third, if that makes any sense. But Blanchett can win. I'm not counting that out in any way, shape, or form. 3, Margot Robbie for Babylon. I'm seeing a lot of you kind of dismiss her, which y'all should not be doing. She's gonna happen. She's super showy. She does everything. She's getting it. 4, we got Michelle Williams, Fablemans. That looks like that's just going to happen. I think we all have the same top 4. Michelle Williams, I can even see winning Globe, honestly. Maybe I should have her higher than Margot, but I'm going to keep Michelle at 4. So I think that 4 is going to happen. And then you get the number 5, where I got Viola Davis. That performance doesn't really make me go, oh, that's a definite Oscar nominee. It is Viola Davis. She's picking up nominations. Woman King's in a bit of a high right now. Yeah, I like Viola there. Number 6 is where I got Danielle Deadwyler. I think that Globe snub is more deafening than people want to admit it is. I think it kind of confirms a theory that I had about Till and Deadwyler a while ago, and that is the fact that Ana de Armas got in over Danielle Deadwyler. I think it kind of confirms it. Till is not a easy movie to get people to watch. Yes, the movie itself is definitely a hard watch, but it's not trauma porn like Blonde is. Remove context. If someone asks you, do you want to watch a movie about Marilyn Monroe or a movie about a 12-year-old black kid who was lynched, and it's like Till's a much better movie than Blonde, and in a way, and also Blonde's a more difficult watch, not just because it's terrible, but because it's very much about her torture, whereas Till is about pain, yes, but it's about kind of the good that can come from pain, from like trauma and tragedy. But the problem is you got to get people to watch Till, and that's a hard ask. And if you watch Till, you're gonna nominate Deadwyler. But I think that Globe snub proves that not a lot of people are. Also, UA kind of sucks at campaigning, so that's also part of it. Number 7, I have Olivia Colman for Empire of Light. That movie's sinking, but I think she can still get in. Like I said, and De Armas for Blonde. I think the BAFTA could go for De Armas too, but I don't know if they will, so I'm not going to go off of that. I don't think SAG's going for De Armas. 9, Naomi Ackie for I Want to Dance with Somebody. I just got seen recently for the first time. It's just psychotic how long it took for people to watch that movie. Sony held it like a fucking safety net. I hear she's fantastic, so, maybe it's not impossible, but that movie, not very good. Let's move on to supporting actor Ke Huy Quan. He's going to win. He is going to win. He is going to sweep. We can move on. Number 2, Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin. He's also going to get nominated. I feel pretty secure about that. Number 3 is where I got Paul Dano for The Fabelmans. I know both Fabelmans boys missed for the Globes, but I don't know. I feel like Paul Dano's still gonna get nominated. Just an instinct I have. Then number 4 is where I got Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin. I just really feel like he and Brendan are just gonna, maybe one of them misses BAFTA, but I think one of them is, they're both gonna get SAG, both gonna get the Oscar nom. I think that's just gonna happen. It makes sense. Banshees is rising, and he's a very lovable aspect of that movie. 5 is Brad Pitt for Babylon. When you watch the movie, it makes sense. And like if the Globes got shit for nominating him, I would be less sure, but like they haven't. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what to do after that because I knew Ben Whishaw wasn't a thing. I was gaslit into thinking Ben Whishaw was getting nominated. When you see the movie, I don't know. I just never saw a nominated performance in that movie. After that, you got Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, which again, that cameo, I just don't see it like translating. I don't think Eddie Redmayne's gonna not impossible, but I don't think he's gonna go all the way. Go on to supporting actress. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin is looking like the only one that I can say without a sliver of doubt in my mind that she's definitely getting in, which makes me think she's gonna win. I've been saying it since the Williams move. Give me a cookie. Condon's getting in, and I actually really think Angela Bassett's just gonna happen. That Critics' Choice nom is speaking more volumes than it seems to for most. It just started clicking with me. Hey, listen, take away the Marvel of it all away from Bassett. That performance getting in would shake nobody. It's a showy performance. Let's be honest with ourselves. And then number 3, I do got Jamie Lee Curtis with Everything Ever All Once. Apparently, Jamie Lee Curtis going I want nomination just fucking worked because everyone's going for her. I mean, look, and Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna get nominated. Do I agree with the nomination? Not necessarily, but hey, she's gonna be an Oscar nominee. That's pretty cool. And then number 4, I do have Jessie Buckley. I mean, look, she got the Critics' Choice nomination. That's pretty good sign for her. I don't know, man. Like, Women Talking could get no acting nomination, which is just absurd. But hey, maybe Buckley can sneak in there still. I want to see what SAG and BAFTA does. I'm a little intrigued. I don't know what BAFTA's gonna do. I think SAG could go for one of them, either Buckley or Foy. And then number 5, I got Carey Mulligan for She Said. I feel like not enough people talked about how Carey Mulligan got that Golden Globe nomination. Like how she got that sneak solo Globe nom. I have She Said in picture, so I gotta have Carey Mulligan in. But I mean, hey, she showed that she could stand her around. That's something. Number 6, I have Claire Foy for Women Talking, which I said for a while that if Women Talking only got one, it would be her, but whoops. I still think she can get in still. I don't know. 7, I got Stephanie Hsu for Everything Ever All at Once. They clearly seem to be favoring Jamie Lee Curtis, but maybe there's a scenario because she's so clearly better, Stephanie Hsu. So, hey, maybe there's a universe where they right this wrong. 8, I have Janelle Monáe for Glass Onion. She's been doing really well with the critics. So I do like her prospect, but I don't love that Globe snub at all. That should have been the place where she definitely gets in, even if she was missing the Oscar. But no, that didn't happen. I can kind of see her getting in without the movie, but I don't know if she does. So I'm going to say she doesn't for now. Number 9, I have Hong Chow for The Whale. It feels like something that the Oscars could save if they go for The Whale, but that's like the biggest if on the planet. She's doing not okay. Well, hold on. She missed Critics' Choice and Golden Globe, which is terrible for her. But she's doing well with the critic circles, so that's something. Then I got Abdallah Dillian for Triangle of Sadness. That Globe nom got people excited, and it got me excited too. But like, I don't know. What I'm sensing is another Ruth Negga situation. Maybe she gets everything she needs, but she misses anyway. Original screenplay is Banshees of Inisherin versus Everything Ever All at Once. Banshees is crushing the screenplay categories, which I don't know. I feel like Everything Ever All at Once makes more sense as a screenplay winner, but I also don't want to give Everything Ever All at Once like a bunch of wins. And Banshees of Inisherin winning screenplay, it does sound right to me, so I'm gonna go with that one. 3, I have The Fabelmans. That's probably gonna happen. You know what I mean? Just gonna happen. I'd be shocked if it missed. I'd be not even shocked, just like mind exploding shocked if it missed. And then Tar, that's gonna get screenplay. It's a screenplay movie more so than an acting movie, in my opinion. And then it gets to number 5, where I think it's between The Menu and Triangle of Sadness. I think Babylon is a possibility in screenplay, but I don't know, that's just not a movie that screams screenplay nomination, more so than The Menu and Triangle of Sadness scream alone screenplay nomination. So let's go over those two. Triangle of Sadness got that Golden Globe nomination, definitely very good for that. The Menu is doing exceptionally well at the box office, especially for what it is, so that's really good with that. Both of them are about class, or they're very eat the rich kind of movies. They're very clever and funny and thrilling. They're both very screenplays, so it could go either way. My heart says The Menu, but a part of me is also kind of like, maybe it is just the menu. Like, you know what I mean? People are liking it. It's making kahunas. I'm going to go with the menu for now, but Triangle wouldn't shock me. And then after that, it gets so like, Decision to Leave, not really. Armageddon Time, After Sun got the Critics' Choice nomination, but like, I don't know, man. Nothing about that movie scream. Like, imagine watching that movie and it getting, and then you still thinking of getting a lone screenplay nom. Is that what that movie is? Because I saw a different movie than everyone else, apparently, because that movie is about the directing more so than the screenplay. Not a bad screenplay, just that's just not what the movie is. Adapt screenplay, I think Women Talking is still very strong there. Feel a little shocked if anything else won, though. I'll be completely honest, deal, which is, probably why it's still gonna get pictured, no questions asked. Glass Onion, that's gonna happen. We all know that. She Said, looked very strong. Same with The Whale, despite being, the screenplay being divisive, it's getting screenplay nominations left and right. Number 5, we got Living. This is just the Critics' Choice 5. I just don't buy the alternatives. White Noise, I want to happen so badly, but that, that's not looking great critically. Bones and All's too out there. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I would love to see it, but no. Batman maybe gets WGA. Top Gun doesn't really make sense as a screenplay nomination. I kind of zoomed through that. Like, I don't think that 5 is just guaranteed, but like at the same time, what else? Let's move on to score. I think we can all kind of agree that Babylon, Women Talking, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio ain't going nowhere, right? Those 3 are definitely the most, like, those 3 have fantastic scores. They're very catchy scores. They're easy to get into by 3 composers that people love. They're pretty good. I think Babylon might win still. Number 4 is where we got The Fabelmans. A lot of people have it at 1, and I'm baffled by it. Because I keep hearing about this bullshit that he has a narrative, that John Williams has this narrative. And I'm like, for his second last movie, that's a narrative? What, is he going to win next year too? Like, what? I'm not buying this narrative bullcrap on Fabelmans. But even if it is, that's a weak narrative for a score that is very forgettable. This is a 25-minute score of just piano. He's John Williams. Maybe he'll just get nominated because he's John Williams. But like, I don't know, guys. This is I'm not buying this winning theory at all, and I also don't even think that a snub is like impossible because he's missed some things. Like he's gone a couple of misses here and there. Number 5 is where we got the Banshees of Inisherin. I am going with the Globes 5 for now, just I don't know what to replace Banshees with. It's a good score. I think of these 5, it's like, okay, well, in theory, Fabelmans is, but it's John Williams, so it gets Banshees the most snubbable. But Banshee's doing great right now, so I think it's got to get score. I'm basing this off the short list, which the Batman missed, Empire Light missed, which is wild. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not seeing that many options outside of that. I think the most likely outcome after Banshees is Black Panther. The first one won. It's pretty similar. All Quiet on the Western Front would be a dream come true. That is an amazing score. Same with She Said. That's fantastic. I would love to see that happen. It's one of the best sound. Top Gun Maverick, we all have a number 1, right? Gonna happen. We can, we can move on. After that, we got Avatar: The Way of the Water. I think that's just easily gonna happen. Same with Everything Everywhere All at Once, which a lot of people are questioning. I'm a little confused as to why people are questioning Everything Everywhere All at Once in sound. That movie had sound for days. 4, I got Elvis. I don't get the sound nomination, but people do. So yeah, all right. Bohemian Rhapsody won. I'll put Elvis in. 5, we got All Quiet on the Western Front. I think that's clearly the war. Like, war movies get into sound constantly. And All Quiet on the Western Front does a lot of stuff with its sound. So, yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I said when I saw that I could see the nomination. But, with the movie sinking, I mean, not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. But, like, I don't know, man. 9, Babylon. Does some stuff with sound, but I don't know. I mean, maybe. It's possible. And then 10, Moon Age Daydream, which is an awesome shortlist mention. I would love to see it. Probably not. Let's move on to costumes. I think this is the exact same 5. I think order aside, this is the exact same 5 from the last video. Black Panther, Babylon, Elvis, The Woman King, and The Fable. Black Panther, Babylon, Elvis. I think we all kind of know why that's happening. And I think those 3 might be duking it out for the win. The Woman King and The Fabelmans are likely to get in as well. After that, I don't really know what else to say. Everything Ever All at Once, has a little bit going on with the costumes. A lot of like very showy, almost Cruella-esque costumes. I'm almost tempted to replace Fabelmans with it. Blonde has Marilyn Monroe shit. I don't fucking know. Let's move on. Production design is where shit gets interesting. I have Babylon number 1. I think seeing the movie kind of affirmed it. There's a lot of very interesting stuff with the set design of the movie. I could definitely, I think Babylon and production design makes perfect sense, as does Avatar: The Way of Water. The first Avatar won. I think, Avatar, Babylon, I think they could be duking out. A lot of people are going to be like, Catherine Martin, Elvis might win production design. I guess I get the argument. I don't know. That production design winning feels off to me. So I'm not going to predict it. I'm breaking the nomination. And then after that, I got Black Panther. A lot of just kind of copy and paste with the first film, but not a lot of wiggle room in production design. So I do think Black Panther could just get another production design nomination, no questions asked. 5, I got the Banshees of Inisherin. This is my biggest gamble in this category because I don't think any of you else have this. I'm going with this because I think Banshee's going to be very strong. He's going to get something that we're not expecting, and there is some merit to this nomination because there are some sets on this island that they're on here. So I'm gonna go with Banshees of Inisherin and see how that does me. 6, I got the Fablemans, which that could just coattail. But I don't know. I feel like the production design of the Fablemans literally just houses and schools. I don't know. I'm not buying it too much with that. Number 7, I got Glass Onion. That house that they're on looks stunning, but it's contemporary, not always the best sign. Everything Everyone Wants, it got production on the Critics' Choice. That's a good sign for it. But honestly, I'm kind of questioning what though. Like, yeah, there is some production design in there, but like not like the costume design where it's like in your face a little bit more. Yeah, I'm a little struggling with that one. 9, I have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro movies get production design. Like, I'm not counting that out, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see on that one. Woman King. Honestly, that has more production design we're giving it credit for. I can definitely buy it happening. So we on to editing. I think the top 4 are like so much editing in these Top Gun, Everything Everywhere Wants, Elvis, and Babylon. A lot of editing. Everything Everywhere Wants obviously has just the showiest editing humanely possible. Top Gun Maverick has a lot of cuts with all the action sequences and shit. Elvis is a lot of split screens and Baz beating off in the editing room. Babylon has a lot of stuff where they make noises with the editing. Just it's weird, but I think it's definitely going to get in, even with Babylon declining. After that, it gets interesting. I'm going with the Banshees of Inisherin. Like I said, it's growing. It's getting more likely that this movie is going to maybe become a front runner. I still think it's going to become the front runner. So I got to predict it in editing, right? And I don't want to hear any of you people going, oh, Coda, Moa, Coda. Coda happened the one goddamn time. Wait, what happened once is going to happen every fucking year now? Is that the rule? I'm not dumb. Number 6, I have the Fablemans. That could easily just happen. There is sequences with editing in it. I mean, sure, but like, I don't know. I don't think editing branches a bunch of babies where they're just like, that's the thing that I do. So, Avatar: The Way of Water, it's an action movie. Maybe. Women Talking is one of the best edited movies of the year. Why is this not a lock anymore? It's so annoying. Tar got an editing nomination, but I don't know that at the CCA. But I don't know that just never made me. The editing of that movie is very much just back and forth people talking. Like maybe I don't know. Let's go on cinematography. Top Gun Maverick has been steamrolling the cinematography awards of the critic groups, which is shocking to me. And, it is starting to, I was pretty adamant that it wasn't getting nominated, but it's starting to click with me a little bit that, like, man, it kind of makes sense as a winner when you really think about it. Babylon, Avatar, I think those two are definitely getting in. Same with the Fablemans, Janusz Kaminski. That's gonna happen. It's the 5th slot that gets very sticky. And number 5, I have Bardo. It is like a stunning film to look at, whatever your feelings of this movie are, which I don't have the best feelings of it. The cinematography is just jaw-dropping, like pretty undeniably. So I do think that Bardo is likely gonna get in here. Do I think it's a guarantee? Not necessarily, but like that's hard to deny cinematography. Number 6, I have the Batman still. I'm holding on to hope, okay? And that is hard cinematography to deny, like 2. So maybe that does get in. Empire Light, Banshees, maybe. All Quiet on the Western Front, I'd love to see it. And that, the shortlist showing is, promising. And then Bones and All, I just kind of put in there because I want to. Let's go on to makeup. This is another shortlisted category. The Whale, Elvis, the Batman. Number 4, I have Blonde. It is kind of a thing where it's like, all right, they're transforming Anna de Armas into Marilyn Monroe. They could go for that pretty easily. And then after that, I'm actually going with Crimes of the Future, number 5. But the shortlist categories usually nominate things that like don't usually get in elsewhere. And like Crimes of the Future initially, I was like, no. Then I found out, because I haven't seen Crimes of the Future, but I found out why Crimes of the Future got shortlisted for makeup. And it's like guys like ears all over their fucking bodies and like weird prosthetic shit with their faces. And I just went, oh, okay. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go with Crimes of the Future and take that gamble. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think it's possible that it gets in. I do think it's possible, but I also don't want to over-nominate Black Panther. Aqua on the Western Front could be that war movie that gets into makeup. Emancipation I saw on the shortlist, and I was like, okay, maybe. It does have some stuff in there. I don't get why Babylon's in makeup. I don't think that's gonna happen. It seems like West Side Story to me. Amsterdam at 10. Fuck you. VFX. Do I have to do this one? I mean, it's Avatar. right? A lot of eliminations of the short lists, but also the who cares Avatar's winning. Everything Everywhere All at Once is gone. Same with Pinocchio. But let's go with what was on the short list. The Batman, I think that's definitely gonna happen. Same with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. After that, I think Nope is looking pretty solid, actually. I think Nope makes a lot of sense for a VFX nomination. Like the more it just sounds more right to me, especially with what's gone now. I am gonna go with Top Gun at 5. I might as well just do it just because. But like, I'm still kind of suspecting that this is a movie that they've, made clear that a lot of it is not CGI, that they're in real planes. So I'm honestly kind of thinking like, Dunkirk, like I'm thinking like that. But hey, we'll see. But I might as well put it in for now, just because I might as well. 6, Doctor Strange. That could also happen. There's a lot of VFX in that movie. 7, I saw 13 Lives on the short list, and I go, really? And I still don't get why, but I can kind of maybe see them going for it. It does seem like something they could do. 8, I have All on the Western Front. I would love it, but probably not going to happen. Then 9 and 10 is Fantastic Beasts and Jurassic World. I didn't even see Fantastic Beasts. I did see Jurassic World, and I hated it. I mean, like what? The first two didn't get into VFX. For both of them, the first two didn't get into VFX, and both of them are less acclaimed than already not very acclaimed movies and made less money. So why would these two get in exactly? All right, let's go on to song. Lift Me Up, Hold My Hand, Ciao Papa, and Natu Natu. I feel like those 4 are like definitely getting it. I think Lift Me Up and Hold My Hand are battling out for the win. I think Ciao Papa and Natu Natu are happy to be nominated. And then number 5, I have Applause, but for Tell It Like a Woman. I don't know what that movie is either, but Diane Warren did the song, and we all know what that means. After that, honestly, I feel pretty good about that 5. I'm pretty shocked if any of those 5 missed, if I'm being completely honest. Might as well discuss. I listened to all the songs, and Stand Up is actually really good. It could be something they go for, but I don't know who else will take out for that. Same with New Body Roomba and Carolina, which is not a good song, but it got Taylor Swift, got nominated for Globe and CCA, it could happen. We move on to international feature. I put All Quiet on the Western Front back at number 1. If Netflix did anything with it, it would be a guarantee to win. But hey, I have Decision to Leave number 2. I think that's just going to happen. I was thinking Holy Spider is like totally going to happen. I don't know why. I just really feel that. Argentina 1985 and Close I haven't seen yet, but I've heard great things about it. They're picking up nominations. I feel good about those. And then after that, I get a little sticky. I do got Joyland at number 6, which I hope to see at Sundance. I mean, I heard some stuff about it. I heard it's really good. I have seen Bardo. Here's why I don't have Bardo in my 5. Bardo is a movie that critics aren't head over heels for, and audiences aren't gonna like because it's super like pretentious and artsy. So why would it get nominated? I mean, I get that it's Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, and that's like good enough evidence, but like I don't know. I'm sensing no for this. And then after that, I'm kind of just throwing names out there. Last Film Show was the movie that India submitted instead of RRR. And what I've heard about it, I guess I can kind of maybe see it. I saw EO, and it's really good, but I'd be pretty shocked if it got nominated. Animated feature. Pinocchio's going to win. Dare I say more? 2, I got Turning Red. 3, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think those 2 are also guaranteed. I think Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is looking very solid. I don't think it's a lock yet, but it's doing pretty well for itself. So I think Marcel the Shell is going to get in. 5, I have The Bad Guys, which isn't doing great, but I still can't really make a lot of sense out of its competitors. So I'm going to put Bad Guys at 5 and, see what happens. My Father's Dragon. I haven't seen it, neither of you, but I don't know. They've nominated movies that no one's heard of before. So what the fuck? Why can't this get in? If I heard it's really good. So then you got Lightyear and Strange World. Oh, Disney, you fucked up this year. Yeah, both of them were movies that everyone was like, and made no money. So not very good. I have Lightyear above Strange World because at least people fucking heard of Lightyear. And then number 9, I got One of the Wild, which isn't good, but it got Critics' Choice now, so I guess I have to fucking consider it. Documentary. I've seen 2 of these. I'll be honest with you. I've seen Moon Age Daydream and Fire of Love, and that's it. I don't know why they didn't do Goodnight Oppie. Great movie, but hey, it wasn't shortlisted. Don't know why. All Be in the Blood. I'm not gonna try and predict who's gonna be the big snub because I don't know. None of these are the front runners, so maybe there is no big like, oh my god, snub. I'm gonna go with All Be in the Bloodshed, number 1, because that seems to be the front runner. Same with Navalny. I've heard a lot about that. Apparently, it's very timely. I've seen Fire of Love. It's very beautiful. Also, All That Breathes is apparently very good. And then I've seen Moon Age Daydream, and it got that sound shortlist, so that gives me hope. The movie itself made me think it's not getting nominated, but that sound shortlist gave me hope, so I'm gonna put Moon Age Daydream in. I don't fucking know. Get the fuck out of my house. All right, that's all the guesses. I'm not gonna do another one until the Oscar nominations. Well, I guess before the Oscar nominations, not the day of. That'd be cheating. I'm going to be doing the Oscar predictions from Sundance. I'm be in Utah at the time of the nominations. Same with BAFTA. So that's gonna happen. Like, subscribe, share if you want to see all that. And you do, let's be honest, you do want to see all that. You're aching to see all that.